Radio check.
Radio check.
Right, let's go. FP2. Both Gyro's power units are going, but we're going to hope to get them through this weekend. Just going to advance the time a bit so we can get into the important stuff. Right, so port chair is nearly done. So we'll take this down a bit now. I'll get him more prepared. Maybe another lap. Little more there. Yeah, right. Okay. So how great we're looking? 87, not bad. Okay. So he can come in. There's a Haas off the road. And it looks like it's going to be Isaac Hadjar.
Yellow's ahead.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see Tateo. Alright, she's on 87. The worst thing we've got is the oversteer. So the easiest way to change that to front wing. So we'll give a bit of a front wing adjust and we'll see how he gets on with that. Change the run plan because he hasn't got any anything set this time. Last time we had 2 bits of advice already in, so we need to lengthen the run a bit. Expecting Oscar in soon. He's on 3 out of 5 there. He's done.
Let's take a closer look. Now we see the
What's he
Williams
doing?
here. And this, yes,
Not
this
good,
is
not
where
good.
they spun out.
At least there's no damage. He says. No, it's not. It's good. So he should be done at some point soon. So we'll give him this lap. And there we go. So he's great as
How's
well.
the balance? How's the balance?
Send him out. 81. Okay.
Okay, copy. Hit limiter.
Just speed that up as we get him in. Right. Where's he struggling? So I think I need to do a wing adjust in the front. Let's see how he likes that. Push down those medium tyres, and his ramp plan was already 20 laps anyway, so we'll leave him on that. Quite surprised we're leading the session considering we're on the medium tyre. And we've been fairly heavy with fuel. Pourchaire starts the session on 15 laps, his original run is down to 20 laps. So we might have real pace here. We are bringing some new parts. If you see when Piastri comes out, that the little green part there is the parts knowledge. And Piastri, there's less part knowledge on Piastri than there is on Pourchaire. It's because Piastri's running a new part that Pourchaire isn't. I forget which part I managed to rush in time for Piastri's car, but not Pourchaire. We can look at that before the race. We're struggling a little bit for track acclimatization, so we could really do with that going up a bit. But I think it's more important to get the setup right than what it is for that to be perfect. So we'll sacrifice a little bit of that for the car setup if we have to. Both drivers almost ready to come in, so we'll get ready for them. Don't know which driver's going to be ready to come in first, we'll find out. Pourchaire coming first. Start was great, is on 93, that's an improvement. So let's call him in and work on that. I don't imagine Piastri's going to be too far behind him. Let's see if his, yep, there we go. He's got great as well. How great is his? 96, that's good. So we're looking good for this session. Hopefully that gives us a chance to catch up on the acclimatisation. Hi David, how are you?
Entry.
Copy.
Right, so let's give these drivers a look. I can make out that's German, but I can't quite understand it. I'm sorry, pal. Right, so we're struggling with braking stability and the oversteer. So we might need to have a slight wing adjust. And is the camera going to do the rest? No, it's not. I think we need to bring that to there slightly. That might be just about right. I'm hoping that's going to solve everything for him. So we'll get him onto the soft tyres and we'll finish the session on those. So there's 17 minutes left of the session. It's going to take nearly 5 minutes to do that. So we're going to try and get... Let's send him out for 12 laps. That should get us to the checkered flag. So see where Pourchaire is. So he's on 93. So his oversteer is out a bit. And so is his straight line, so that needs to be a wing adjust because the straights is only affected by the rear and front wing. As soon as I go off here, you can see the straights come out, so that needs to be a wing adjust. I'm hoping that's all he needs. The traction's not quite right, so we need to do that there, but then the rear wing isn't quite right still. Bring that in so that's right. No worries, man. Alright, so I need to rub that corner a little bit. So if we... In fact, if I just get that right with the... Hopefully that's everything he needs because the optimals are still the same and the bits that are great there changed ever so slightly, so hopefully that's going to be enough for him. So we'll do the same for him and we'll set him on the soft tyre and we'll get him up for the rest of the session. So it should be about, I'm going to say 12 laps worth. Hopefully that will set them up for the rest of the session. So I'm hoping that we can get to at least 50% on Piastri on the acclimatisation, which is the orange bit next to the practice goals, or brown bit I should say, next to the practice goals. So we'll get ready to send them. Piastri should be first. So let's send him and Pourchaire send him. So this should be us for the rest of the session. So we'll skip forward. Pourchaire improves the lap time.
Who's running wide there?
Lap time isn't the biggest worry at the moment. We're just trying to get the cars set up, ready for the rest of the weekend. So Pourchaire and Piastri are now 1 and 2. So that is an improvement. Yeah, this is a good driver pairing. You want to get these guys as quickly as you can because the XP boost that they've got is, yeah, it's powerful. I think the earlier you get them, the better. You need to just pull the trigger on them early. At the moment, they're both 83 rated. I'm on season 6. So people who have not seen my stream recently might noticed that there's something weird with the points. That is that there was a regulation vote in this game, and it put it back to the old point scoring system. So we've got the pre-2002 point scoring system, which is 10 points for a win, down to 1 point for 6th place. So it's much harder to score points now. We probably should have won every race this season, but we had a problem in Imola with both drivers coming together. And we had a problem in Miami with Piastri should have gone to win, but he had a spin. Luckily in that race he was still P2. We still lead both championships. Although I think Max has got us for P2 in the drivers, so I think Pourchaire sits in P3.
After a day of free practice yesterday, we wrap up with a third...
Right, let's have a look at the parts. So the part I've got on Piastri's car is not on Pourchaire's. So what it was, so I'm running, everything's on part 3 now for here apart from the side pod. And here's the chassis. I've got the new chassis on Piastri's car, not Pourchaire's. So we see we have the setups. So we've not quite got it right for the oversteer there. So we'll let him go out and we'll let him look at that first. Then we'll change it on the pit stop. So if we go to, yeah, we're similar with Pourchaire as well. We haven't got the oversteer right, but I don't want to change that without having all 5 of the confidence bits there. So we'll let them go out at the start of the session. So we'll start the session and we'll try and change it after they've gone out.
Radio check.
So let's send out and send out. And we'll advance this forward a bit until we can get to all 5 of those points of confidence. So Piastri hits 4. And Pourchaire's a bit behind. There we go now.
How's the balance?
So let's see how good that is for Piastri. 96. And Pourchaire's a bit behind, so he might have to do an extra lap. Well, let's get Oscar in and let's see what we can do to improve him. Into the box he is. So okay, so we've got great on the oversteer and the straight, so it looks like it's going to be a wing adjust again. If I do, that might be too drastic. To go the other way. Problem is, I'm going to make that wing adjust there, change that, so I need to then adjust this, and that's where we were. I'm hoping this is going to sort it. What if I do that now? If I change that like that. Is that where it needs to be? We'll give this a try. See how he fares with that. It's only a little fiddly change we need to make because he's so close to being perfect. Problem I've got with him at the moment is we're only on 51 on the acclimatisation, so we need to get that better if we can.
Well, okay.
I've got optimal on poor chair now. How optimal is he talking? 97, okay. We're going to bring him in, we're going to try and get it perfect if we can. So let's see what we need to change. So it'll be the oversteer, yep. And it's just that, so I wonder if it is a case of just putting that across there slightly and bringing that to that. Hopefully that's all we needed, was just that little tweak. I'm hoping that's good enough, but we'll see. Ideally we want to get the sap right so that we can then just send them out for some laps to get the acclimatisation right. Hopefully this is the lap for us to come in. So that's going to need one more. Let's see. That's
How's the
doing
balance?
great. 95. That's gone down a bit, so let me just go the other
Copy.
way.
Hit limiter.
Alright, let's see what we've got them. So let's go there. Put the camera back. Put that to there. Hopefully this will sort it for him. How long can the softs go? According to that, 36 laps. The last time to do 36 laps in a session, so we'll leave it at that. That's going to eat into 5 minutes, so I'll say 23. I'm just going to send him out for the rest of the session because I need those laps for the acclimatisation. So poor chair might have another couple of laps in him before it gets to that 5 out of 5 we're looking for. We'll send Piastri in the meantime. In a second now. Yep, so send him. Hopefully Porcher is going to be sometime soon. Still ain't great, so he's gone down to 95 as well, so I think I've gone the wrong way with him too. Let's see what we can do for him. So same for him, the primary issue was with the wing. So we'll go back to the setup, and I think it was we want to bump that to there a bit. Bring the camera back that way, bring that across one. We'll see how he fares with that. So we'll go on that, set us off to the rest of the session. And just see if we can rack up some laps. Luckily for us, Porcher is much closer on the acclimatisation. I think it's because of Piastri's spin in the last session, so that's cost him some confidence.
Oh, there's a spin!
So Piastri might just make it to 5 out of 5 before a timer, but it'll be too late to change anything, so hopefully we've got this right. Time will tell, let's just see what he says.
How's the
Gone
balance?
optimal, 100%. So that has worked well. I've got that right. So that's all good. Hopefully you can get a little bit more on the acclimatisation percentage though. It's got to 79. That's not
That'll be
bad.
the session over.
I think that's as good as we could have hoped for. So that looks good for Piastri. How do we do for Porcher? So he's happy with that setup. Porcher has gone. Okay, it's still not quite right in places. I daren't risk making a change though. The only thing I could potentially do is that. change one and see if that works. I'll tell you what, I think I will go for that. Just because that keeps it in that blue parameter. So we'll try for that. It's a bit of a gamble. But if it makes that little bit of difference for him, it might be worth it. I'm going to go into quali.
Radio check.
Radio check.
We'll have a look at the conditions. So the conditions are dry for the session. I'm going to go out early. And we're just going to get a time on the board. I like to be in this view for the quali lap, just so you can see the sectors and what colour they go. Obviously we're going to go green because they're going to be personal best minimum because of the first lap. But they should also go purple for Piastri, especially because Piastri is the first driver to set a time. But if Porcheres go purple, that means that he's nicked the time off Piastri. So there we go, Piastri goes purple because he's the first guy to set a time. And then Porcheres are going to go green, or it's going to go purple because he's nicked the time off Piastri. So Porcheres is fastest at the moment. The next sector line is before the next corner. So Piastri sector 2 is going to come in any second now. And he's going to go purple. And then we'll see if Porcheres takes it away from him. And he doesn't this time. So Porcheres is quickest in sector 1, Piastri is quickest in sector 2. Porcheres, so Piastri sorry, can't see the line now. And we've got a 1.8. And Porcheres is slower by 0.2. I don't intend to go out again in this session. I'm hoping we don't have to. So we're going to wind it forward. We'll see how everyone else gets on. I'm hoping I don't have to go out again. The whole idea of going out early is so that if there is a mistake in the lap, if the driver locks up or anything like that, you've got time to go and set another one. So we are a whole second ahead of the calf, so I think we'll be fine. So I'm going to take the slight gamble of not going out at all for the rest of the session. We're going to stay in the box. I'm going to let these guys go around. It might mean that we don't end the session in 1 and 2, but it doesn't really matter for Q1. We'll see what everyone else is able to do. So far so good. We have ended the session in P1 and P2. So as we go into Q2, I'm going to set it up so that we send them out on the used set. That way you can save a set of softs for Q3. So as it stands, we get the 3 sets for quali, but the 4th set's given to you when you make Q3. So I normally use that set in Q1, then use it again for the start of Q2 to set the banker lap. Then I'd set a second lap in Q2 with that set. Then in Q3 I'll use that set again to set a banker lap, and then set a good lap with that set. So essentially I use these 3 sets in quali and have a fresh set for the race.
Radio check.
The idea of giving a fresh set back is so that even if we don't use it in the race, it's there in case of a late safety car call or something like that. Just so you've got a fresh set on hand in case you need it. So it was an 18.8 for Piastri last session. That's the time to beat. I'm assuming we won't beat it here because this is the used set. But this is going out to set bank a lap, just to make sure we get a lap on the board. So Piastri is fastest in sector 1. Pourchaire hasn't beaten his lap time so far. Piastri's come up to the sector 2 line. He will go purple because he's the first car on the road. And Pourchaire doesn't beat it. Piastri's only 3,000ths of a second slower than his previous time. And Pourchaire again is 2/10 down. So we're not too far away from what we did last session, even though we're on the used tyres. I'm going to bring him in. So I might not even go out again this session. We'll see how close the cut-off is. I'm going to prepare them to go out again, even though we're not now going to plan on it. Let's see where the cut-off is. At the moment it's well in hand.
Oh, we've had a spin.
Okay, so 6/10. We're going to play safe and we're going to go out. So we want to go out last. So we're going to wait for people to make a move and let's count the cars out. So there's Norris, so that's one car on the road. Is anyone going to join him? No one so far. I think Norris might have jumped the gun early. Okay, there's the second car. Three, 4, 5 for Bottas. Leclerc 6, doing a 7. Gasly 8. Verstappen 9. Russell 10. Zoe 11. Perez 12. And Mick Schumacher 13. So it's just us to go out. So we'll send Oscar first. And then Teo Pourchaire to follow him. These bits here are more relevant because not now guaranteed purple, because we're the last cars on the road, not the first, and there are already times on the board, so purple now is a genuine purple. So we'll see what we can do on fresh rubber. Hopefully we've got a couple more tenths in us. Perez has split us there. So sector 1 line is about here. And Piastri hasn't improved. Neither has Porsche. There's a checker flag, science text checker flag there. And Ocon. At the moment he's scraping through. McLaren of Magnussen is out. Dillon is out. Gasly is out of the session as well. As Piastri goes quickest in sector 2. So we're definitely through the session. So we're good enough. But can we improve on our times? Piastri can ever so slightly. Porsche doesn't improve enough to get P2, but that's fine for this session because it's only Q2, it's not the final grid. So once again we're going to stick to the same tactic of putting them on the used set. Used set again. So we'll send them now into Q3. So
Radio check.
we'll set a banker lap on the used set first. Hopefully Ferrari does not run a lap. It's Charles Leclerc. Don't think we'll catch him from there actually. Sure, maybe, I'm not sure. So Piastri obviously goes perfect with his first car on the road. Porsche doesn't beat him. Going to catch him. That's not ideal, but it doesn't matter too much if we ruin the lap because we've got the time still set with the fresh set. Piastri goes perfect again. Porsche doesn't beat him. So always like to win 18.8 so far, they still are. And Porsche, because it's only like 2 tenths behind, this one only 1 tenth behind, so Porsche likes to find some pace. So we'll get the drivers in. We will reconfigure, put them on a fresh set. While we're on a lull, we'll show you the standings. So Piastri leads the Drivers' Championship by a single point to Verstappen, and then Porsche sits in P3. And we currently lead the Constructors by 10 points. It's not quite as tight as what it would be under the real life scoring. As in this game, we've had a regulations vote, and the point scoring system is back in the pre-2002 method, so it is only 6 cars score points, 10 points for a win, down to 1 for 6th place. So once again, we want to be the last car on the road. Because in theory, that should give us the best chance, because it should be the track rubber in the most. Even if it is a very, very marginal difference. So Norris again is the first car to leave the box. So last session we were looking for 13, this time we're only looking for 8. Of course 10 in Q3, so 8 rivals. The second car is Verstappen. Third to hit the road is Russell. Carlos Sainz fourth. Then Perez. Then Guan Yu Zhou. Bottas. So we're waiting for one more. And that'll be Charles Leclerc. So wait for him to pass. And then we'll send Piastri and we'll send Pourchaire fairly quickly afterwards. I want to see if I can get Pourchaire perhaps a slipstream off him. I'm not sure I played this well enough. No, he might be too far away. Never mind. Sometimes the slipstream can work, but other times they get in the way of the lap, so it's not the worst thing in the world, that's not panned out. To the lap. So here we go, see what we can do in this lap. Piastri comes up to the sector line now. Doesn't improve. Moves Pourchaire. Norris takes his last lap in session. He doesn't actually improve either. So Verstappen might beat the line. No, he's not going to. 2, 1. Takes checker flag. No, he just stuck over. Piastri quickest, he set to 2. Pourchaire doesn't improve again. It's looking good for us because Verstappen's already gone across the line, so it looks like we might have done enough in this session. Perez is taking a checker flag as well. He was the one that split us in the last session. So it looks like we've done enough here for P1 and P2. As Piastri improves, gets into the 118.7. Pourchaire doesn't improve, but it's good enough for P2, so that will suit us. So let's see what strategy options we've got for the race.
Here we are, folks. We're back for another day of scintillating F1 action. It's race day.
Williams made short work of the qualifying session here and have been rewarded with strong grid positions to start the race. This weekend, Red Bull displayed real promise during qualifying, but will they fulfill that potential by the time they reach the checkered flag? And the weather is sunny here today, apart from a few clouds. Let's hope they remain scattered on the horizon.
And there are going to be some tough calls to make in Catalonia today. So let's see who makes the best ones for the Spanish Grand Prix.
So 66 lap race is Spain. So a long race. So let's have a look at what we've got. So it says completely dry. It's offering us medium soft. Or, it's doing 2 soft stints there. We'll see. I kept one set back, didn't I? So I got one set fresh set of softs. So So 22 laps is the first stint. Then the last stint they're wanting us to do, that isn't quite as many, is it? That's going to be, is that 19 laps? Yep, so it might be best to run the fresh set first and then change. So I'm going to do that with Piastri and run the fresh set first. The power unit is concerned, but we're going to take the gamble on this to hopefully give us a better chance toward the end of the season. Sorry, we don't want to take penalties if we can afford it, if we can get away with not doing so. I'm going to go slightly more reserved with Pourchaire's strategy, just for the sake of splitting the strategy. Means that splitting the strategy means that they're not running the same strategy, so they're not boxing at the same time. And the fact that if you get it wrong with one driver, you then not make the same mistake twice. So we're going to be more restrictive with Pourchaire's strategy. But he did get to 98% confidence in the end. We'll just take a quick look at that, see if there's anything we can do. We are able to change the front wing. We haven't got the information now, unfortunately. So we'll leave that, because 98% is good enough for me. I'm not sure about under fuel or not. I'm just going to go back and let's have a look at the reports. Look at the reports, we'll see about time considerations. So in our previous seasons, we have had one safety car in one of them and two safety cars in another one. So we've had essentially 3 safety cars in 4 seasons here, with 40% chance of a safety car. I don't want to gamble on a safety car. What I'm going to do, if we go into here, I'm going to just bring Pourchaire's down by 1, and we're going to do that with Piastri. So use a bit of fuel to start, burned off a bit. Then with Pourchaire we're going to do the pace mode up to try and break away from the pack. We're not going to do the fuel because he's already down on fuel. So let's do that. And let's see how we can
quite a few clouds overhead as we
want to break away
look
from
at
the
the
pack
lineup
as
on
early
the
as possible
grid.
if we can. We don't want to be in DRS
Looking now at the
range of anybody.
Williams. They're starting today at the head of the pack, but will they be able to stay there? And looking at the second Williams car, they're in second place on the grid, but that could so easily change in the first few seconds of the race. And we're just moments away now. This is it. It's the Spanish Grand Prix.
Right, so
It's lights out and away we go.
That's a way to start. So let's actually get away. But I think Pourchaire might have started better actually. It's on the inside. Okay, so we've got away trouble free. We want to see him build this gap now. That's why I've got them on deploy. Everything turned up. Got half a second of Perez already, that's really good. So if we can just get away and then bring everything down, and just manage the race. So far so good, we've got a second. So that gets that DRS range. So I'm going to keep it up for the rest of the lap. Just try and give us a buffer. I'm going to look at everyone's tyres from now on here. So it's a mix mostly of medium and softs, but there's a couple at the back who are around the hards. I shouldn't worry too much about people at the back. We've got a second and a half to Perez.
Let's back off.
With Pourchaire, so we've done well here. So let's bring that
Down
down.
behind you.
Yeah, copy.
Let's bring that down.
Can't afford to drop back.
Now, just manage the race. We've got 2 seconds. This should be hopefully it's been a nice straightforward race for us, but anything can happen. We just don't want our drivers to spin again. So Porcher is in on lap 22. So Piastri, sorry, is in on lap 22, and Porcher is in on lap 24. So we're going to try and build a gap if we can. We go to reports. Under time considerations again. A green flag. Average pit time loss rate is about 24 seconds. So if we can build 24 seconds, that'd be good. But we don't have to do it necessarily to someone like Perez because obviously they've got pit 2. So if we can get there 10, we'll be happy with 10. We have a very early yellow flag. It's a spinner. It looks like Lance Stroll at the back.
Let's
It's
see
indeed
what
Lance
happened
Stroll,
there.
that's what he's done.
Now let's have a look. It's
At
Lance
the new
Stroll.
turn 10.
What a spin out!
Round he goes. Here's one of the people who are starting on the hard tyres.
DRS enabled.
So now the DRS is enabled. And I think this has worked out perfect for us because not only have we got ahead of Perez, but Piastri's got ahead of Porcher. We're not running the risk of our drivers battling each other either. So they can just focus on their own race, pull away from the pack, and just focus on the team game now. A nice team game. You see the lap times are like, so nicely ahead of Perez there. So far so good, but it is early doors. We're not expecting rain, but you can see from lap 30 onwards, there's a little bit there in lap 10 to about 13, but mainly there from lap 30 onwards, it's suggesting there's some clouds, so potential, but we'll see. Hopefully it's no rain. We don't really want to see clouds. We want it to be a nice straightforward race for us. Verstappen's got Perez. So 2.4 seconds to learn. Porcher pulled 2.1. But Piastri pulled 2.2 to Porcher. So we are looking good. We have cleared the pack. This is looking like one where we can just manage our race. Don't have to worry about doing too much. That's to increase our pace. We can just set it into a nice little rhythm here. We'll just switch the strategy for you to see how he's doing on the tyres. So you can see the arc is going up. So for both drivers, so they're doing better on tyres than what they expected, and even there on the stints it wasn't looking too bad. There could be an option for Porcher to maybe switch to a one stopper. We will just put that option in as a plan B, so let's go add strategy. So he's in on 24 as it stands. So let's look at the idea of changing the strategy perhaps to go into the hard tyre and remove that. That is a viable strategy. If we are doing that though, we'd probably go back a couple of laps. And we'll go until the soft tyre looks like it's going down to 30%, which is going to be about halfway through the race, about there. So we'll put that in as a strategy B. We won't go to it yet, but it's there as an option if we switch to it later on. And so Piastri, at the moment plan A looks good. The idea of going to a one-stopper is so, if for example in the box now, Pourchaire is dropped back into the pack, and dropping back into the pack means that, let's say hypothetically in a few laps time, we'll look to box and we're going to come out P9 behind Leclerc. You're then in traffic, and then trying to lap traffic costs you time. So if we can avoid that, if we can do what we're saying here with this strategy, here, box him later, only box once, maybe you can then either not drop as many places by boxing when you do, or not drop any places at all. If we can get the gap to the 24 seconds it said as the delta for a pit stop, if we can get it 24 seconds plus and come out still in P2, then that would be perfect, because then you haven't got to worry about dropping places, and you can do that on one stop. Then the job done already, the strategy's played out, haven't got to worry too much. You don't want to have to fight to the pack if you can avoid it. Obviously it makes it more entertaining viewing, but it's a results business. Pourchaire is extending the gap a little bit to Perez, but not much. Perez has also got past Verstappen again. How are we looking in terms of lap time? So we're on 25.1 for the last lap, and now it's 25.4. So we are thinking out a little bit. Verstappen's got through again. Verstappen on the soft tyre, I've noticed that before. So it's probably playing into our hands that Perez is able to fight with him, because that means that Verstappen is not able to use that soft tyre advantage as much as he'd like. The advantage will have over Pourchaire. So that's playing into our hands. We've got is that with Verstappen and Perez exchanging DRS, they are getting DRS boost, which might be bringing them closer to a Pourchaire if they kind of almost help each other out with DRS, keep passing each other and moving each other along. They might be able to get closer to him. I'd assume with Verstappen running the soft tyres, he's going to go for a two-stopper, similar to what we're doing with Piastri. Perez might have the option to do the one-stop, but he could also be doing the same as what we're doing with Plan A for Pourchaire. Again, we'll have to see how it unfolds. We'll see what's going on closer to the pit window. Someone's locked up there, and it's caused a yellow flag. It looks like I'm firing off. It looks like Pierre Gasly.
Was that a lock-up on the track?
It is indeed Pierre Gasly. He's lost a lot of time. luckily for us, it's not brought out any events like a safety car. We don't really want anything like that. At least not yet. This doesn't. A safety car now wouldn't help our strategy very much. Arguably, if we were going to get a safety car now, we'd perhaps look at going to Piastri, going to the box and doing a double medium for the rest of the race. So 2 medium stints. There's been another spinner. Is that the Alpine? No, it was actually a Haas.
Yellow flag, front yellow
No,
flag.
Schumacher. Sorry, it was the Alpine. I was right first time. We pulled 3 seconds to Perez. Big DRS chain going from Perez all the way to Carlos Sainz in P8. At the moment the gaps look like it's between 2 Ferraris there, so perhaps when it comes to box we might be looking to box P8 in front of Charles Leclerc, hopefully not in front of Charles Leclerc, sorry. No, it would be P8, sorry. In front of Charles Leclerc, or we're looking to come out. The other gap in the pack looks like it's between the McLaren of Kevin Magnussen and the Alpine of Mick Schumacher. And that looks like the other big gap in the field. So those would be the options to try and hit our drivers into if we do get the chance. At the moment, we might not have to look at that. Hopefully we can just sail through, get enough of a gap that we can just box into a position where we can stay where we are and not fight for the pack. If I do just see where Piastri is in that, so 24 seconds was what I said the pit stop is roughly, so that would get us ahead of Jack Doohan in P17, so you can see them go around turn 1 now. So we just popped that ahead of Richard Verschoor now, so at the moment it would be in that gap there between Verschoor and Gasly. For a while if I pit stop this yet, because we're not looking to go into lap 22. Hopefully we can do it a bit further. I like to indicate we are between 4-4, so we are quite a way ahead of everyone else. The only other drivers who were in this before last lap were Verstappen, who's also on the softs, and our other driver, Pourchaire. So we are looking pretty good here. So we just hope we can get through with no mistakes. Our tyre condition is better than most of the other soft runners. Or at least most of the other front runners who are in the, I say all the other runners who are in the top 10. The other drivers who have got better tyres than us are the likes of the ones who are at the back of the pack, who hopefully shouldn't worry us anyway. So that 24 seconds again is still at the moment between Gasly and Verschoor. There's a little window open up there, so maybe that is an option, but we want to push for the next gap. That gap between Schumacher and Magnussen looks like it's closed a bit perhaps, so I think that's where Schumacher's recovering from his mistake earlier on. So the gap at the moment is around where Leclerc is. There's a gap both in front and behind Leclerc. At the moment it looks like we might be able to aim for it, because behind Leclerc is Guan Yu Zhou is 18 seconds down, and we are over a second a lap faster than him with 10 laps to go to our window, so we need to be able to get into that gap. Really does it better than that. At the moment, it's looking for a window for Piastri to box into. We have got the option to go for a one-stopper for Pourchaire, which will explore close to the time. He is planned to be in on 24, but as you can see from here, the arc is going up, so it's looking like he's doing better on the tyres than what had been expected. So next one wide, it was that.
I think we've had a car run
That
wide.
is Charles Leclerc, so that might help us out, because that might make the gap between two Ferraris bigger and give us a better window to box into. Seconds between two Ferraris. And that's a nice gap. So with the end of lap 22, Piastri comes in, so essentially it's 10 laps. And again, if we were to pit right now, there's some kind of ahead of Gasly. We've got a spinner though, and that looks like the Aston Martin of Yuki Tsunoda.
Yellow ahead, yellow ahead.
It is Tsunoda. He's gone all the way to the back of the pack. So at the moment, we're looking like we're at a merge, perhaps just ahead of Mick Schumacher's road box. But that puts us, there's not much of a gap between Schumacher and Magnussen, so it's not ideal to pit there. If we were going to, we'd want to get ahead of perhaps Ocon. There's a little bit of gap there between Ocon and Joe. At the moment, perhaps the target is where Leclerc is. If we can get between Sainz and Leclerc. That means we need to find at least 5 seconds on Charles Leclerc. Let's see how we're lapping. So we are 6/10 based on the last lap. Increasing on Leclerc. That is looking like the best window on the circuit at the moment. We need to find 5 seconds on Charles Leclerc in 8 laps. So if we need to, we can perhaps up the pace of Piastri to get him in that window. But we don't want to do that until the last minute, because we don't want to use too much of the tyres now. We want to keep as much performance in the tyres for as long as we can. We are now showing over on fuel as well. Again, while we're comfortable in the lead, we don't want to use those goodies. We want to use them when we have to, rather than just burn them in front. Because the other risk is if you turn everything up with your driver, you're making him drive faster. And by making him drive faster, you can make mistakes. So while we're just getting the drive nice and cool, he's hopefully going to just set onto a nice rhythm. And just keep it really smooth. So that 24-second gap now is looking like Ocon. There's a small gap between Ocon and Zoe, but it's not quite as ideal as the gap between two Ferraris. There's a nice, almost 5-second gap there. If we can get there. Obviously at the moment, Piastri's our primary target, or primary objective, because he is the leader of the race, he is boxing first. He's got a lock up. Is that going to be Shinoda again? Because he's miles back.
Sounds like someone's locked up.
It is Shinoda again. But yeah, Piastri is our primary at the moment because he's the first driver to come into the box of R2, and he's also the race leader. We want to preserve the race leader if we can. We've got the option of Pourchaire going to the one stop or closer to the time. We'll see how this plays out. The fact that Perez is in front of Verstappen helps us out because Verstappen is the other soft tyre runner of the front four. So his strategy will not have worked because he's not in front of Perez. So that helps. We've now got 20 seconds to Leclerc. So 3.5 need to get in what is essentially 6 laps, because it'll be the end of lap 22. Let me come in. So 3.5 seconds to find. Again, if we need to up his pace, we will, but we're hoping to avoid doing that. Got it to 21 now, so 5.5 second a lap. That 3-4 second mark gets us ahead of Guanyu Zhou. At the moment we're between Zhou and Leclerc, which isn't a bad gap actually. So, yeah, there's not a bad gap either side of Leclerc. Another lock up there, looks like McLaren this time. It looks like Gasly again.
Is that a lock-up?
It is Gasly. So that then is the biggest gap in the field is now between Mick Schumacher and Gasly. We're well ahead of that. In the window now. I don't think I'm going to increase his pace because We spoke about the gap between the two Ferraris, but there's been a nice one open up actually behind Leclerc, so it might be in our best interest to not catch Leclerc now. If this gap is about the same, we might be able to come out behind Leclerc. So look at perhaps that gap behind Leclerc is as big, if not bigger, than the one between the two Ferraris. So maybe we should target that instead. Obviously we're not in a position to know who's trying a one-stopper and who's trying a two-stopper. I would assume the two hard trial runners are going to try and run for the one-stopper, but we don't know, and we, to be honest, don't really care because they're so far back. But as the medium runners, they might feel something a bit different. They could go for the one or two, as we're doing with Pourchaire. So let's see how Pourchaire is getting on in relation to Perez. He's pulled 4.6 seconds, so 4.6 isn't too bad. Means they've been pretty similar for a while. Lap times are not too similar. Yeah, that gap between the two Ferraris, which was at 1.5 seconds, is now looking like it's about 3 now. And there's a 4-second gap between Leclerc and Zhou, so maybe that is the one to target. So we'll be in at the end of next lap. So Pourchaire is in his window. I think I'm going to change Pourchaire's strategy. See if I can get him on the one stopper. Just because it might make life easier for him. Hopefully the one stopper can avoid all the traffic. If you can avoid traffic, obviously you do, just because it's so much harder to work through the field. So why put yourself through it if you don't have to? With Piastri, we put him on soft tyre early to try and break away from the pack, which he has done to an extent.
Box.
He's pulled 6 seconds to his teammate and 11 seconds to Perez, so he's looking pretty good. Verstappen is in this lap, so I hope he's, well, he is too far back to try and undercut. It's not going to really work on a single lap. Bottas is in 2. And so is Mick Schumacher. And Pierre Gasly. And Richard Verschoor. We do have a lot of things left in these soft tyres, so maybe we are taking too early, but the gap is there, so we'll take the gap. We don't want to risk pitting into traffic. We'll take that gap between Leclerc and Zhou. The only problem we've got is we might come out a bit too close to Leclerc. We don't want to risk that. Let's see how we do though.
Copy. Pit limiter.
So Portier will take the race lead. Through he goes. And let's see how close we are to Charles Leclerc. If the expected pit window was right, we should come up just behind him. Mightn't be ahead, we're ahead. No, we are just behind. We're really close behind there. That's not ideal. We're having to pick the gap, and we've not done that. So let's change this from leader to interlead. So Leclerc will have DRS in the car in front. So we might have put ourselves now into a DRS change where we don't want to be. But we have kept the performance back. We've got plenty of battery, we've got plenty of excess fuel. If we do need to stretch our muscles a bit, we can. But if we were doing the two-stop strategy, Portier was originally going to be on lap 24, so it should be in that about now anyway. So hopefully some of these drivers will get out of our way. Let's see how this pans out. George Russell into the box. Carlos Sainz into the box. Lando Norris in. That works well for us because now we've got Leclerc. He might have DRS here. He does not. That means we can then just pick him off and return to where we were. That's perfect. So Piastri's strategy has worked pretty well.
And a new position,
So
just
now
gained
we've
by
played
Williams.
Piastri's strategy out for now. He's going to box again later. He comes in again on lap 42. No, sorry, 47, sorry. And we've got lap 33 as Portier's lap. So we'll switch this back to leader. And we'll see where Portier is. So at the moment, Portier will come up in front of Verstappen. Verstappen might close that gap a bit to his own first rather. But with Verstappen boxing when he did, essentially the status quo is the same because we both have to box one more time. In come Perez and Leclerc. Essentially us and Verstappen, both our cars and Verstappen box one more time.
So that's the fastest lap.
So Portier is essentially where he's on merit. Everyone's playing on one more stop. Cleared out and left us our own with Leclerc, played out perfectly because we didn't even pick him off rather than being in a big DRS chain for a long time. So we're pretty grateful for that. Portier could box now and get out in front of Perez, but with the delta being 24 seconds that might be a bit too close for comfort. So we're going to try and hang him out a bit longer. Like we said, we think everyone's due one more pit stop, so in that scenario Portier is then Genuine 26
I
seconds
think
up.
there's been a lock-up.
That was Hadjar on the house that locked up there, but it says turn 4, I think it really means turn 5. That's where our car is now, where Porsche is now. We are looking pretty comfortable. So the gap between Porsche and Piastri will be coming down. The hope is that Piastri is catching Porsche at a rate of knots and he will just jump in when Porsche comes into the pit box and they won't have to race each other. Both our drivers have to box one more time, and they can kind of avoid each other by being far enough apart that they're not going to go to the pit window. So we're looking for lap 33 or 47. So a few more laps before Cheris yet. Again, he's got a lot of performance left in this tyre, so we could hang out even longer if we wanted to, but we'll do that strategy. We could even turn him up if we wanted to, just to see if we more of a gap, but the problem is if we turn him up, then there's more risk involved, there's more chance of him making a mistake. So while it is easy, we'll leave it easy. We don't want to overcomplicate this race. While we're looking comfortable out in front, I think Perez has taken a little bit of time out of Porsche, but again, if he's got a box again, then we're just playing it cool. The later we leave it to box onto our hards, means that the fresher our hards are going to be. If we look at where Perez now is on the tyres, okay, still at 94% in his mediums. So by the time we box, he's going to lose a few percent, but not too much that's going to affect performance. But we'll still be on fresh hards. Where are Piastri's lap times? Racing four chairs. Near a whole second quicker. That's getting some fresh tires. So 24.5, it looks like we might actually even come up behind Perez on the box or chair. But at least that should hopefully be temporary, because both of us need to stop again. there is Porcher's pit window coming up. Piastri is easing into that gap. More than a second, a lap quicker now. Perez has taken another half second out of him since we last looked. And now Doohan and Stroll, who are the other two, who are the two hard runners at the start of the race, are now on their pit stops. I don't think that that's going to make them be a one-stop strategy. I think they're going to become a two-stop strategy. But the idea of running the hard tyre was so that they could get deeper into the two-stop window to the second one, soft at the end. I think they're looking at going hard, medium, soft. He was locked up there. It looks like an Alpha. Is that Stroll again?
Looks like there's been a lockup.
It is Lance Stroll. Potentially I can foresee here is that with, like I said before, everyone's got to pit one more time. That means that essentially that gap between Porcher and Piastri is a genuine 8.1 seconds. So they might have to race each other into the race. I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope they don't have to race each other. I'm hoping that with Piastri playing the two-stopper, that the time he spends on the track when he's quick on the track. So yes, he loses more time in the pit stop, but he's going to be quick on the track. So he can make that time up now, so that by the time Porcher is in the box, that Piastri may have enough time that Piastri can make a second stop and come out in the lead. But he will be on soft tyres towards the end of the race, so it might be that he does have to fight Porcher, but it should be a candy for a baby over it, really. Hard to hold hard against fresh softs. Should be easy for him. If needs be, we can pull Piastri off, so pull Porcher off, sorry, and let Piastri go. So here is the ideal pit lap. So we'll bring one to the hards now. 47% still left on the medium, so we did do well there. We did leave a bit of performance in those. We should come out just ahead of Verstappen. Hoping we don't have to fight him. So he is still well over a second lap faster. these potentially race winning laps for Piastri, even though I think it's fair to win anyway. These will be a difference between whether he has to pass Pogačar on the circuit or whether he can get away with boxing from the lead and back into the lead. So cut across to Pogačar now, and we'll see where this brings him out. As through goes Piastri, back into a race lead. He is behind Perez. How comfortable are we to Verstappen? Not too bad. I think we should have more than a second. Let's see where it is. It's a nice gap. It's at 1.9, so yeah, hopefully us being on fresh tyres is going to be the difference. We're going to be able to pull away. At least better keep it bay until they have to stop again. Now everywhere is stopped. I'm expecting everybody but Pogačar to stop a second time. So now our attention goes back to Piastri, and we're looking to try and get him into a position where he can box from the lead and remain there. At the moment it looks like it's going to come up behind Russell. Let's see how he's lapping compared to everybody else. So his lap time is in the 23 Euros. A few hours in the 23s. But nothing really as good as that. Perez on 23.3, so only a couple of tenths. We're looking right. We're looking like we can pull some gaps. So I've actually put some time on Verstappen since we started pit stops. We were 1.9, we're now 2.1. So now I'm just putting Verstappen, which is good. So maybe we're not potential threat from behind. It's good that we can run and clear out at the moment. We're not getting disturbed by cars around us. We found a nice little window to put into. At the moment, all is well. 30 laps from the end, so I think it'd be too much of a tall order to look at softs here, and if there were a safety car now, I think we're looking at perhaps mediums. Haven't got a fresh set for Piastri to go on to. We go a fresh set for Pogačar if we start on the mediums. So a fresh set of softs, we're looking at perhaps, well, Piastri's we did 22 laps, and even that looked a bit early, so a couple more laps and perhaps look at Pogačar go to the softs if the situation calls for it, if there's a safety car. At the moment we're looking like there's no safety car, no more incidents, we just want to hang this out on the one stopper. 2.7 now is the gap. 6. So yeah, Portiera's doing alright to Verstappen. We're in a nice little window here where we're working away and setting some nice consistent laps on the hard tyres. So at the moment it still all looks good. We're not gaining on Perez, but we're not too much slower either, so we're not got to worry about too much. Perez got a box again, we don't. So we're 3.86 behind Perez, but he's going to drop 24 seconds on a pit stop. So we're really looking at about being 20 seconds ahead. So he's got to really put in a shift in order to catch us here. See the gap between Piastri and Portier. That's at 18 and 6. So again, we want for Piastri to be able to box and still come out in the lead. It's not looking like it at the moment. It's looking like it's going to come out on P4. That's all dependent on when cars are around the box. And now Flash is due on 47. And we can perhaps change strategy to avoid traffic if needs be. Either have them extend a lap or something like that. We've got Ferrari off. That looks like Leclerc.
Seems to have been a lock-up.
Piastri is increasing the gap to Verstappen. What was that last lap? Again, he's still in the 23 zeros. Portiera's doing quite well now to be in the 23 twos. Very close to Perez's times. Verstappen is a bit slower, a few attempts. He's losing. Said cloudy but no rain. Those clouds do look a bit nasty. However, it does still say no rain. Piastri now looks like he's doing really well on his tyres. You can see the arc now really going away from where it said it was going to go, away from the projection. He's pulled 19 seconds to his teammate. He's still consistent in 23 zeros. Now up to 22.8 gap. Magic number we're looking for is 24. 24 is the estimated for a stop. So we're getting there. We've got 5 more laps to pull that out.
Low fuel, so be mindful of that.
We're getting low fuel warning on Pourchaire, but that's not too much to worry about because we're starting 1.6 kilos down, and he's already made he's made 1.3 gap, 1.3 back now in 42 laps, so it should make that extra 0.3 by the end. So we're not going to worry about it too much. We're not going to put him down to conserve fuel because I think he's doing enough. I think that situation should resolve itself. We've got 23 to Verstappen now. So an extra second to pull in 4 laps. What we might also do is we might try to get Piastri to do an extra lap or 2 just to avoid Perez if we have to.
It's a stonking lap.
It's a good lap for Pourchaire. He's finding some pace. So Piastri was a bit slower than Perez that time, but only very marginally. We are catching the back markers now, so it might impede us, or it might just give us a DRS boost. It might help us out. If they cut into us, we're in DRS range here. It might just get a boosted DRS, and then we decide and let's go like that. Get a DRS open. That might help us out. We have yellow flags out. What is that for? Is that McLaren off? At turn 5? Let's go say turn 4 in the game. Oh, it's turn 5. Like I say, it's turn 5 in the track map. That last time someone off there, it said turn 4. So we've got 23.3 now to Verstappen. 24, 25, we're improving corner by corner. We might even be close enough to get DRS on this Alpha. I've Lance Stroll, we are. Hopefully he's kind and lets us go. Possibly because there's enough DRS hit here now. Let's just go now. Not the best place to let us go, but wherever works. Hopefully that's close enough to get DRS still. No, we've missed the detection. There goes fastest lap. So a 22.7, so it's taking 3 tenths out of it. And we're now 23.7 ahead of Verstappen, so an extra couple of attempts to find 2 laps for our window. We are in a position where if we were to box, we're going to come out just ahead of Verstappen potentially. So we can dodge Perez quite nicely. So I'm not sure it's worth giving much consideration as where we box. I did say a minute ago we might look at perhaps boxing after him so we can come out still in P1 That might be the best plan. Might be best to not worry about him. Stick to what we're doing. We know he's going to have to box again. So let's just not give him too much thought. The gap between him and Porsche is now down to 3.2. It was 3.8 last time I gave it any real care. So we've knocked half a second out of him. All the work is in hand, it all looked pretty smooth. Just 20 laps left of the Grand Prix. As Tsunoda lets us go. Next on the road is Albon. We're probably not going to get to him for our window. Somebody's locked up there. Who is that? That looks like the Alpha. It looks like Stroll again. A nightmare race for him.
They've locked up and gone straight off.
It is Stroll. He's had a nightmare. His first season in the Alfa Romeo, sorry. We're going to now look at getting Piastri in onto the soft tyres. So we're looking like we've done enough to jump Verstappen. Verstappen's in anyway, so we've dodged him. So that should now give us a nice big window between Porsche and Russell to come out in. There's a whole 10 seconds between Porsche and Russell, which I think we're going to come out as near as can be slap bang in the middle of it. Or as near as makes no difference. We've got a few other cars into the box now as well.
Pit limiter.
McLaren Alpine, sorry, and Aston Martin. And in comes Piastri, sorry. Piastri in, onto the softs. 2.6 is a good stop. So he'll feed back out into P3. Comfortably ahead of George Russell. It's a good stop. Like I mentioned earlier, the problem we've got now is he's behind Porsche, but only about 4 seconds down on fresh softs compared to Porsche's used hards. It should hopefully be a candy for a baby overtake. We haven't got to worry too much about getting involved. We can just let them handle their business. Let us play out. Porsche has done a very good job of closing in on Perez. 2.5 now is the gap. We're expecting Perez in soon. There is a yellow flag out. I didn't catch what that was for.
I think someone's run wide.
Verstappen's run wide. Oh, you can see, yeah, you can see it's gone down to P8. Russell now pits. Science pits. Norris as well. The one we're looking for though is Perez to give us our race lead back. Looking at Piastri perhaps set a fastest lap of the race on some very lightly used soft tyres. You can see that's cost Verstappen there, the run wide. He has lost out Charles Leclerc and Perez is now in. So this is now where we take our position back. And there is Piastri's fastest lap. 1.7 is the gap.
Copy.
And Pourchaire has got his fuel down to 0.1. So that, as mentioned before, is looking like it's going to sort itself. We haven't got to get involved too much, we can just let us play out. Aston Martin's making a bit of a nuisance of itself. Piastri gets a DRS on the Aston, who lets us go now, which hopefully then gets both of our way. We can now just DRS each other and just avoid them. So Piastri with DRS. If we're looking to make the move. Possibly not here, I might think better of it. Yeah, but kind of middle of the lap. He might be able to make this move. He's got lots of time, we seem to hope they don't come together. The worst thing that could happen now is if he's to lock up and go straight to the back of him. So we don't want to see any of that. Here we go. Oscar Piastri. Onto Pourchaire. Is he going to make the move? Yes, he is, by the looks of it. Up the inside. Got him. Hopefully that is job done. We haven't got to worry about our drivers getting too involved with each other. If needs be, I can call one of them off, or I can put Piastri's pace up for a little while to get him out of the way. But we want to intervene as little as possible and just let him get on with it. This should hopefully be where Piastri gets out of the DRS range and leaves Pourchaire in his dust, as he has done. And that should now be our race. We have got scope to box Pourchaire for his fresh set of softs if we need to now, because he's got enough of a window that if there was a safety car he could get out in front of Perez. So this is why we keep the fresh set of softs back, even though we've not used them in this race for Pourchaire. They're there in case we need them. So if there was a safety car, we can play our hand. You'd rather have the fresh set of soft tyres and not need them than to need them and not have them, so this is why we do this the way we do. Piastri now should be able to coast into the line. Pourchaire's got his fuel back underway, or back under control I should say. There we go, it goes green now. It should be job done. This should be our race. Look at that gap to Perez is even expanding, we're getting further in front. It looks like the pace is just there in the car this season. We've had it so far in every race. We should have won every race this season, but we've had our own little problems. But this race has gone nice and smooth. No such issues today. Into the final stage of the race now. It's just a case of barring any major disasters, we should have this wrapped up. It's just a case of getting the cars home now. Just make sure we get there in one piece. So that is it now, we're in 10 laps. We are increasing the gap to Pourchaire, but the gap to Perez is about the same. It shouldn't put Pourchaire at any risk. We should have enough of a gap that we can just leave him to it and he'll get through. We now move on to lap 59. Nearly done this. I'm going to switch to interval view so we can see what's going on with the gap between Pourchaire and Perez. As mentioned, we should easily have enough to be comfortable. We've got to Perez with Pourchaire. The lap times, yeah, he is lapping quicker, but not enough to worry us at this stage. We looked after the car, we looked after the tyres always, so we've got scope to turn this up if we have to. At the moment it looks like we're not going to need it, we're just going to coast home. There's the lap one. The end is near. Can we see this out? It's been a really good race for us. We've had the pace. Strong performance for both drivers. Very little to worry us.
Six remaining.
We've got the low laps. Reminder there, counting us down.
Five laps to go.
Down to 5. Perez is still catching a little bit to Porsche, but as we said before, not enough to worry us.
Four remaining.
Just 4 to go. Back to Piastri. Just watch him take out his last few laps.
Three laps remaining.
Here we go, and just 2 laps to go. Going across the line here. So within a couple of minutes of finishing this
2 laps
race.
remaining.
Just need to keep everything smooth. So far they've given us very little to worry about. It's been a nice stress-free race. I've managed to avoid replacing the power unit so far, so we will replace them before the next Grand Prix because we're in Monaco next, so we'll run fresh power units there. What we'll do is we won't change the power units until after practice, just so we can eke that last little bit of performance out of the ones we're using. We'll run the fresh ones when it really matters in the quality of the race. So, Oscar Piastri around the final corner for the second to last time, ready to start his final lap. Here we go.
Starting your final.
Last lap.
Copy.
The final tour of the circuit to Barcelona, Catalunya. Just counting off the corners. As we go through turn 5, 6, 7 and 8. Turn 10 was newly revamped for the 2021 season. Here we go, and last couple of corners. Through chicane and round the final corner as Oscar Piastri wins in Spain and gets the job done for us. His teammate Teo Porcher is going to bring it home in P2, and there it is, mission accomplished. A P1 and P2 finish. That will leave us once again 1 and 2 in the championship for the drivers, and with a much healthier lead in the constructors. We're now 21 points at the top. Eight points clear on the drivers. I've managed to do everything we set out to do today. I managed to race with no real stress. And there it is, that's all done. We go to the celebrations now with Oscar
Wonderful
Piastri.
result here for the Williams driver. Williams have got to be happy with their results here. This was good work.
I agree, this was all very impressive. And it's obviously the work of a solid, well-run team.
After an intense weekend, the team ends in first
The
place
guys
in
in
the
the garage,
constructor
love and life.
standings.
For the next Grand Prix, make sure you join us at the renowned City Circuit of Monaco. Prepare yourselves
And the
for one of the
Principality of
most
Monaco
legendary
next.
rounds of the season.
Hopefully we have a Grand Prix as smooth as this, but I don't think it's ever that easy in Monaco, is it? So I think that's where we're going to call it a night for tonight. Maybe back on later on with the Monaco Grand Prix. Let us know if you want to see that. But for now, I'm going to sign off, and we'll catch you guys again later on.